What was my high school number?
You were 53.
Yes. No, that's not the question. But the question is, who's
Wait.
53 of the Commanders?
Oh, that's evil, bro. How's it going, sports fans? This is Jack from the Talkin' Jack Sports Podcast, joined by Ryan over a call this time. And this is also the second time that we're recording this, because the first time my shitty college Wi-Fi gave out, so that was not okay. But now we're back.
That Georgia funding over there.
This is where our tuition money goes.
Exactly.
Really, really cool and awesome.
They intentionally cut out your Wi-Fi whenever you do a podcast.
I know, they didn't want the world to hear that I actually fucking called the Jets-Bills upset.
No, actually, I'm just going to stop you right there. I don't believe you. That recording never happened, therefore it didn't happen.
Oh, my, okay.
Nah, but actually he did say
also,
that.
Season 3! Whoa!
Oh, I was going to say it. Three.
Three! Very cool, and it also means since now we're both in college and we're both 18, I don't feel obligated not to swear. Yay! I can say explicit. Okay.
Explicit word.
Yeah.
You can just censor it now.
Uh-huh. So that's fun and cool, but we originally did our week 1 predictions, and we got most of them wrong, but some of them right. Like, Ryan had the Browns upset.
Yes. Sir.
I had the Lions upset and the Jets upset, and I think those are the main ones. There's probably a couple.
Those were the
forgetting.
key ones. I think.
Yeah.
I got.
And we got most of the other ones right. I think actually I might have had the Titans in the Titans Saints game. That was an L. So
yeah.
Yikes. The Raiders won. That was cool.
I think we both said the Broncos. So that
I think we did. I think we did.
It's whatever.
Yeah.
They didn't. They don't.
It's chill.
This is all just hearsay because there's no proof of recording.
Yeah, exactly. None of this ever happened, even though I literally have a document that shows all my predictions and when it was last edited. But it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. But speaking of week 1, yeah, we're gonna just run down what happened in most of these games. Some of them they're not that interesting, so we'll kind of just breeze through it. But Thursday night, that is not the case. The Lions, like I said, upset the Chiefs. Big day for Jared Goff, and I should stop hating on Jared Goff. He's actually a good quarterback, but yeah, Jared Goff had a nice day. The Lions defense, their rookie class, looked really good. Jahmyr Gibbs played very well in limited touches. Jack Campbell looks like a star at linebacker. Brian Branch had a pick 6, even though, Kadarius Toney kind of gift wrapped that thing. But
yeah. Kadarius Toney needs to get a Chuck E. Cheese application.
I think so, bro. He'd do a lot better as the fucking mouse than
exactly
than as an NFL wide receiver, apparently.
But it kind of seems like the young Tom Brady had found his Eli Manning. Just that random dude who
Goff
shows up and
is undefeated
and
against Mahomes, bro.
That's
crazy.
That's hilarious. But
the streak continues.
Always gotta have your Eli Manning to the Tom Brady.
There always has to be. Someone has to be there to stand against you, and somehow it's the Lions. I don't really know how they managed to do that, but it's the Goff effect. Everywhere he goes, mostly mediocrity follows. But anyways, that was a good game.
There's the one game where they go crazy, and that's about it. This is the one game.
This is the one. He gets one. But that was a good game. Kelsey hopefully should be back next week. It looks like it's at this point about a 50-50 shot whether he is able to make it back, but it's Kelsey. He'll make it back. And Chris Jones, after one of the best business moves of his career, sitting out that game and watching his defense get pummeled up the middle, somehow didn't pay off for him. He did sign a 1-year contract. His base salary is the same thing as it was before. He now just has incentives that can get him, I believe it's an extra $6.5 million this year, and he basically pissed away half of that holding out already, so he's got a long way to go.
I was going to say, I mean, it's unfortunate to hear. I mean, I thought he would have got the bag immediately. It would have been like highest paid lineman type stuff, but it's actually quite surprising that he didn't. I think it was just like a I can't see our team lose to the Lions ever again type mentality.
Yeah,
He's
I
like,
guess
just
so.
give me the same paycheck, and then next year I'll just leave if you guys don't pay me.
Yeah, it's a tough situation for him because he's exiting his prime. Even though he is at the top of his game, he's about to be 30 and hit free agency, and he's not going to get a contract as big as the one he wanted, and he held out for and didn't get. So that's unfortunate for him, but the Chiefs have him back now and are decidedly a much better unit, and I'm not really worried about the Chiefs, but I am very excited about the Lions, specifically because of the rookie class and how good they were. They were fantastic.
They definitely did a really good job in drafting for the last few years with the picks that they've gotten.
That's true. I mean, they haven't had a ton of like super notable busts, and I think the only one I'm thinking of, Okuda, didn't really have the time he needed.
I mean, I was gonna say he got hurt, and then they just traded him off. Hopefully, he does good in Atlanta. I mean, fingers crossed. But
yeah. So that's Thursday night, and we're gonna try and speed run the rest of these. Browns Bengals is a weird game because the Bengals played like garbage. A lot of people are giving them the benefit of the doubt because it was raining, but like that Browns pass rush looks legit.
I was gonna say, I mean, I'm not sure if you've seen the clip of just Myles Garrett doing like crossover steps right before.
Oh,
he starts.
I did see that. That was very funny.
That just shows how good Myles Garrett is. Like he doesn't have to care. Like he's out there having fun, and you can tell.
I feel like that's the first time he's really been able to do that because his whole career, the best other pass rusher he's had on that team is just Davian Clowney at like 29, and he already wasn't that good. So now that they've added so many guys up front, Dalvin Tomlinson, Ogba Okoronkwo, Zadarius freaking Smith, that pass rush, and a new coordinator in Anthony Schwartz, the pass rush is the best it's ever looked while he's been there, and I'm super pumped for him.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I think the next time they play, the Bengals got it wrapped up. Burrow's a little hurt still.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna say that's why he sucks, but he always kind of shits the bucket. Week one, he's done it.
Yeah, it's been a thing
lot.
every year. Zach Taylor doesn't play any of his starters in the preseason, and a lot of people, when that happens, are like, "Oh, that's good. Rusted. They'll never get injured because he's probably got like PTSD from Burrow's week or rookie year injury or whatever." But I mean, when you field your team in week one without having any experience in the past however many months, they're not going to come out looking super fresh. And that's what happened week one. That's what's happened week one pretty much every year of his career. T. Higgins had 0 catches. Joe Mixon looks like he's regressed. The offensive line does not look like it's been fixed from last year. I've got a lot of worries about this Bengals offense right now, so I can only hope that Burrow comes into his own.
Yeah, I was going to say, well, I think Burrow is a big type of I get off my rust type thing week one. I think Zach Taylor has just been like, if we lose week one but still make it to the championship every year, I really don't care. At least they're playing for something. But
yeah, exactly. So
honestly, I'm a little bit surprised about the Browns. The offense, I mean, there was the one play I want to mention for Deshaun Watson throwing an absolute laser to the defense. I mean, he put his heart and soul into that ball.
No,
and
that was
it went
funny.
Directly to a Bengals.
I watched that. That was very funny.
That's funny. I mean,
I still worry about Deshaun and the offense.
Exactly.
But, I mean, that's a performance you can be proud of, I think. Deshaun still looks like he's relying too much on his athleticism, but I think he will improve.
Yeah, it's not a huge thing, like, worry yet. First game came out strong.
Yeah, exactly. So, big upset for the Browns. Ryan called it. So, now we move on to another game in that division. The Ravens played the Texans and came out looking a little flatter than we thought. We both thought this would be far and away a Ravens blowout win, and the score kind of says that it was. But I don't know. Lamar looked very flat.
Lamar looked pretty underwhelming. And I mean, I'm trying to look back. Like, one thing that concerned me a lot was they're already getting the injury bug.
And Dobbins. Yeah.
Dobbins. I want Dobbins to succeed so bad.
I feel so bad for him.
And he's just gotten another season-ending injury. I think, did Humphrey or Marcus Peters get hurt? One of their
yesterday?
DBs got hurt. Yeah.
Oh, I missed that.
Out for the season.
Really? I missed that.
Yeah, while you
I
start talking,
seen
I'm
that.
actually going to find it real quick.
Okay, so you find it a couple of encouraging things from this game in very limited touches given what Lamar actually ended up doing. Zay Flowers had himself a very, very nice debut. 9 receptions, 80 yards. Good stuff from him. CJ Stroud had a bit of an up and down day. No picks, but also no touchdowns. Decent completion percentage, but again, I think there's work to be done. He's in a pretty terrible situation. The defense looked very solid. The pass rush looked pretty all right, and I think that's an encouraging sign for the Texans. But overall, that offense, there's still just so much work to be done.
Yeah, no, it's definitely not ideal, but let's see. I just pulled it up. It was Marlon Humphrey. Yeah, his foot.
Wow.
Apparently, also Mark Andrews is questionable right now.
Yes, Mark Andrews did not play, I believe.
Yeah.
So
and
hopefully he is
Linderbaum,
back healthy because he's the best receiver on that team.
It's rough to see a team already dealing with that injury bug, but I don't know why, but it always feels like the Ravens do have that bug.
The Ravens have dealt
year.
with it a lot. And that's really unfortunate to see because they are so talented. But I don't expect this to be a permanent thing. I think Lamar is still adjusting the Todd Monken system, which proved to be very successful at Georgia, obviously. So I think that he will come into his own with his new receiving core. Like I said, Zay Flowers looks like a very, very athletic option, the best one he's ever played with.
Exactly. And I mean, at the end of the day, it's week 1.
Exactly.
I'm not gonna be losing sleep over anything.
Yeah,
unless,
and the end result is in the win column. So
exactly.
Really, there's not too much to be to lose sleep over. But speaking of freaking losing sleep over something, the Vikings should be sweating right now because they look terrible against the Buccaneers, who I predicted to come away with this season with 2 wins. Get one in week 1. Baker Mayfield had a very solid performance, connecting with Mike Evans a lot. That defense looks dominant. And the passing game for Minnesota does look good. Obviously, Justin Jefferson was fantastic. Jordan Addison had a fantastic debut.
Exactly.
But that defense is god-awful. It is
the
so
defense
terrible.
is abysmal. And
no pass rush.
They have
the secondary
no run
is
game.
Full of questions and no run game. Yes.
I think their total combined running backs averaged like 1.9 yards a carry. It was atrocious.
That's abysmal.
Like,
That's
I don't
so
care
bad.
if you can throw. Like, Kirk Cousins, I think, threw like 300, maybe even close to that 400 mark.
He was right in the middle, and
yeah,
he had 2 scores and a pick, but,
if you're one-dimensional team in the league, it is something to be afraid of.
Yeah.
Side note in that game, Matt Ryan was actually one of the people talking during.
I know what you're about to
halftime.
say.
And one of the announcers were like, "Yeah, we were just chomping on burgers during halftime, and we were wondering why this game wasn't like 28-3." Why are they doing that to my boy? This is disrespectful.
They said that. That's so disrespectful.
It's so disrespectful.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, he's not retired, but like, just give him a break. Okay, it's been like
so
8
sad,
years. It's
bro.
been 7-8 years. Like, there's no point.
So sad. But yeah, I mean the Buccaneers did not look. I'm sorry, they did. The Vikings did not look promising. But again, I predicted the Vikings to be bad this year. I thought they would be very bad, but I didn't think they'd be so bad as to lose to Baker Mayfield in week 1.
The thing I was going to mention was Baker Mayfield has this trend where he does really good for like 1 or 2 games. People kind of like have faith in him and be like, yo, this is the return of Baker Mayfield. And then he proceeds to just give up basically after making a like insurance commercial.
Dude, I can't wait for At Home with Baker Mayfield at Raymond James. It's going to be awesome. But, yeah, that's that game. One of the bigger upsets of the week. Now we move into your Falcons, which actually had a lot of positives. I believe I agreed with you that the Falcons would take this week 1, given Bryce Young, rookie. His debut was a bit of an up and down. He made some, typical rookie mistakes. But he also had some promising plays.
There was some times where I was a little worried there for a sec. I mean, I think it was probably a better game for him to play the Falcons, mainly because our pass rush isn't too impressive. So he
didn't seem to be rattled too much in the pocket. Exactly. It was more everything behind that was giving him fits.
He was very nervous the first drive. That was like very clear.
Yeah.
But after that, I was kind of concerned there for a second. And I mean, Jesse Bates obviously got 2 picks off of him, which makes me very happy that we signed him.
Definitely, I bet.
And I'm very proud of Bijan Robinson. I mean, he didn't do a whole
Bijan
lot,
had a great debut.
but he did really great.
Bijan had a great debut, and I think people continue to sleep on Tyler Algier. He looks like a dynamic threat in the backfield. He and Robinson project to be the best RB tandem in football.
Exactly. We've always liked to have like a thunder lightning combo. A few years it would have been Freeman and Coleman.
Oh yeah.
Even while I think it was Turbin and no, not Turner. It was Turner and some other guy. But like we've always had that ground pound game with the dude who can also get the explosiveness.
Yeah.
It reminded me of like kind of Zeke and Tony Pollard in a way, but hopefully they're both just good, not Zeke just eating all them touchdowns, But like Algier, I honestly love to see him. He did a lot of rushing. Bijan's first touchdown was actually very impressive. Being able
with
to
the receiving
split
work.
the 2 people and the receiving work. Desmond Ritter's first view. Didn't turn over the ball, which
Ritter
is honestly
still continues to not turn
for.
over the ball. I actually the highlight that I watched was the Kyle Pitts, his I think legitimately 1 catch, but it was
he had 2.
Okay, he might have had a couple. I don't remember. I just remember the one that I saw where he fit it into a window between 2 Panthers defenders. It was a very impressive throw and a very great catch by Pitts. So clearly Ritter has something there. But I stand corrected. I didn't think that he would be good enough and protect the ball well enough to bring this team to that 9-win territory. But he looks like he can do that with the ground and pound leading the way. So I'm excited for the Falcons.
I was gonna say I'm looking forward to next game. I'm looking forward to a lot. I want Desmond to take a little bit more risk. I can deal with a pick per game if it means he's throwing an extra 100 yards and a few more touchdowns because he's being risky.
Mm-hmm.
The thing that killed me with Marcus Mariota was he was being risky when we didn't need him to.
He would throw the ball in harm's way for no reason.
Exactly. So, if Desmond Ridder can find that good balance between the two, being a stats protector but also throwing it like a gunslinger, I really think we might have our guy here. I mean, I'm hopeful because I don't want to go through finding another finding another quarterback. It doesn't really turn out well, so I'm really hopeful for him.
Yeah, I'm excited for Ridder and the Cardinals. I think the Panthers have a bright future as well. Obviously, Young has some highlight level plays. But now we move on to, I think, the saddest game of the week, which is my Commanders barely beating the terrible Cardinals. I will say the most encouraging thing about this game was the fans. I've never seen that stadium so electric. It was amazing. Making plays against a terrible Cardinals team. The stadium was so loud. There were so many Washington jerseys in our own home stadium, which would be yeah, obviously, but if
for
you don't
Washington,
know,
it's not the case.
No, not at all.
I remember I went to a preseason game once with the Falcons and them, or it might have been a season game, but I swear I saw just as many Falcons fans as Commanders.
And that's what happens.
In the day.
That's what happened. But they've all
with
come out of hiding.
New regime going.
It's very
they got
exciting.
The rally. They got the people.
It's very exciting. But what's not exciting? What's
not
exciting is
gameplay wise.
I think there's a lot to be said about the mistakes that we made. The fumble that we had with Gibson in Arizona territory. Bijan Robinson doesn't fumble there, but we don't have him, so we have to resort to Brian Robinson, who also doesn't fumble there, I think.
Yeah.
So I think Gibson's going to be in the doghouse. You know what? That's fine. It's a loss I'm willing to take to get him out of the backfield. Sam Howell had a very, very rookie moment. I'm going to refer to him as a rookie because he pretty much is. Very, very rookie mistake with that fumble. That's something he's got to learn. And the interception was tipped at the line. So, I mean, really, I'm not super upset about the mistakes that we made. He made some seriously, seriously great plays during the game. He hit some really high-level throws. But at the same time, the Cardinals' defense made some very high-level plays when I really couldn't name any guy on that unit.
I was very impressed with that Cardinals' defense. I mean, I'm not going to talk about the offense because that was
The offense was about what we thought it was going to be. To be honest
we're
with
not
you,
surprised.
I'm a little upset about how the secondary performed, our secondary, against that unit that really isn't super dynamic, but it's the Cardinals offense. No matter how bad you try and lose, they will lose harder. So
Exactly. I mean, that offense is about as dimensional as a dot.
as a piece of paper.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They really got nothing going for them. So,
Yeah.
But shout out, congrats on the win,
That's a win in the record book. I mean, people are gonna say after we won a game that we're garbage, and hey, maybe they're right. The sentence is over. I don't have like a but. So
there's no comeback.
there's no
snappy
comeback.
or
Yeah.
anything.
But yeah, now we move on to Colts Jaguars and Anthony Richardson's debut, which I think was probably the best of any rookie quarterback. He made some seriously high level plays.
Yep.
And his accuracy issues have essentially resolved. He was about league average or a little better in his debut, which I expected, given a system where it allows for more shorter throws, hitting checkdowns, which he really didn't get opportunities to do at Florida. But obviously, he continues to put himself in harm's way, gets concussed at the end of the game, had to sit out. But he, again, solid debut, and we got about what we expected from the Jaguars. They look pretty good.
Wait, did he get concussed at the end? I thought they were
I don't know if it was
complaining about his
officially a concussion, but he went into protocol.
knee. Okay. Because I remember he was worrying about his knee there for a little bit. He had like a contusion.
Oh, I thought he went into protocol. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think it was. But regardless,
He's
we got
a
about
little
what we
banged
thought
up.
from the Jags, and Richardson played well.
Yeah, I mean, we're not surprised. Jags were going to win. Richardson played, definitely the best out of the rookies.
I think so. His rushing floor is very impressive, I think.
Exactly.
But, yeah, about what we expected. Steelers-Niners was very disheartening for Pittsburgh fans and people like me who thought they would be really good. TJ Watt was fantastic, like 3 sacks. He had other stats, but I'm going off the top of the dome right now. But he had other stats. He filled up the stat sheet. I just know he had like 3 sacks.
No,
in that
TJ Watt
game.
did really well.
He was fantastic, but he was about the only bright spot on that unit.
Exactly. I mean, I kind of wasn't surprised when I looked at the score at halftime and then at the end of the game. I'm like, yeah, it sounds about right.
Mm-hmm.
That defense is just too good and the offense is too dynamic.
Yeah, I mean, Purdy played fantastic. Ayuk looks like a star. McCaffrey's still breaking off huge runs like he's 21.
I had Ayuk on my fantasy bench. Because I traded for him, so I didn't know the trade went through. I still won by like 40, so I'm not too mad.
It's cool though.
But
now you know you're gonna start
exactly.
next week.
Now I know I got a banger right in the bench.
Exactly. So I mean,
but yeah,
a lot to like about the Niners. Kenny Pickett, very disappointing.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to be that guy, but I think his ceiling at highest is like Andy Dalton.
I mean, with the way he played yesterday, it looks like, or 2 days ago, it looks like that's probably going to be the case.
I feel bad for Steelers because there's a lot of players that I like on that team.
Yeah, me too.
I hope they figure it out, but it's just not looking too good right now.
Yeah, very disheartening debut for the season from Kenny Pickett. One of the worst games I've seen him play because the training wheels were off, right?
Exactly.
He was asked to do big things, and I know the Niners' defense is probably the best in football, but he couldn't do those things. So, very disappointing. But I think we all had the Niners winning anyways, so take it or leave it. But Titans-Saints was super boring. Tannehill looks washed. Derek Carr did not look super promising. Both defenses looked fine. I mean, this is the most meh game I have. I don't really have a whole lot of analysis for this.
Derrick Henry dribbled a guy.
That's true. That was cool, but that's pretty much.
I mean, Derrick Henry doing Derrick Henry is no longer impressive for me.
It's just the norm,
just so much,
especially if that doesn't lead him to wins.
Exactly. There's probably like 15 minutes of just his entire career of him just throwing people.
I want to see the highlight
more to
reel.
that list is, it's like, oh, cool, but they still didn't do very good.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for Malik Willis or Will Levis to get a shot because Tannehill looks washed.
I hope Will Levis never gets a shot. I'm not a fan of the Mayo coffee.
You said this in the last episode, bro. Mayo man.
I'm gonna go on the tangent.
Yeah.
I'll stop right there though.
Yeah. So Raiders Broncos, another game that's like there's not really a whole lot to say. Garoppolo looks pretty comfortable in the offense. Russell Wilson doesn't really look that comfortable in his offense. The old Russell is pretty much gone. It's just kind of a nothing game for me.
It's a shame to see it. I mean, I don't think either of us expected this game to be like super good or anything.
No.
But it was just a very bland game. I remember even trying to look at like the highlights. There was really nothing.
Yeah, really, there's not really highlight level plays. I mean, maybe this game would have ended in a Broncos win if Will Lutz hit the extra point, but we're playing the what if game at this point. It's really just the Raiders and Broncos looks equally bad.
If you got to a point where your kicker needs to get the points and he doesn't get it, it's not his fault. It's your team's.
Yeah, I mean, you had copious opportunities to mend the tie or break the stalemate, and that never really happened. So just kind of a nothing game for me. So moving on. Eagles-Patriots is one that I actually think we need to talk about because the Eagles came out swinging and looked flatter than that sheet of paper we mentioned before the rest of the way.
Yeah, I mean, I thought my roommate's a Patriots fan, so he had the game on, and he was not happy for that first quarter.
I bet.
And then Mac Jones looked like something broke in him, and he decided to just start going. I was very impressed.
I'm your roommate, I'm impressed with that performance, honestly.
I'd be looking up, honestly.
Yeah, the defensive performance, especially after the first quarter when they settled in, it looked like the typical Patriots defense. They're a tough out every time. So that was encouraging, but also Mac Jones and the offense looks like they've taken a step with Bill O'Brien.
Looking promising. On the other side, the Eagles, I think they're still kind of nurturing that Super Bowl hangover. I'm not too worried. So. They still got the dub,
yeah.
And it wasn't really. I wouldn't say I was shocked that it was close, but it kind of felt like it was the Eagles just out of the gate, winning. So
pretty much. So there's that. Rams Seahawks was one of the bigger upsets we didn't mention. The Rams really ran away with this one. It was 30-13. Geno and the offense in Seattle looked really flat. The defense didn't really stop the run. Kyron Williams, Puka Nacua, no one knew who that guy was, and he looks like Cooper Kupp. Well, he doesn't look like Cooper Kupp, but on the as a
he doesn't
player,
have the same accolades.
As a player, he looked like Cooper Kupp out there, and Stafford looked pretty comfortable in the offense, which I kind of thought would happen, but I didn't think the defense would hold up as well as they did. I really can't tell whether the Rams defense played well or whether the Seahawks offense played like garbage.
I mean, I was going to say, I think it was a little bit of both, honestly. Donald looks great. I mean, I'm just remembering the highlight about Geno being mic'd up and saying, oh my God, when Aaron Donald showed up in the pocket.
He's wreaking havoc.
They did really good, and I remember Stafford, in the offseason, said he actually feels fully pretty confident playing football, and he says it feels good to play football being healthy.
Yeah.
So I'm not entirely surprised that they won. I'm pretty sure I also said that Seahawks would win because I expected them to be a little bit more, air throwing. They have a lot of names that I like. I do remember. I think DK got a little heated in the game as well, which maybe
a little bit,
off.
Yeah. And there was a ton of injuries for Seattle as well. Lockett was banged up. Charles Cross left the game, so really disappointing stuff over there. So I hope they can recover and be the playoff contender we know they can be. But the Rams so far look like they're pretty solid, so that's good for them. And now the best game of the weekend, Dolphins-Chargers, was a fantastic watch, and people are pushing the Tua top 10 agenda after that game. I wouldn't go so far, but he did have a very, very solid performance. Tyreek Hill, great as always, but...
Yeah, I was going to say. I mean, Tyreek Hill, I think, went for 150 yards or something during that game. Remember...
Do you know what his stat line was?
Not
11 for 215 and 2 touchdowns.
Okay, yeah. Absolutely insane.
He is fantastic.
And shout out one of those touchdowns because it was a nice ball. It was on the fade.
Oh, that
the
on the right side?
Yeah, the 5'10" Tyreek
That was a
Hill
fantastic pass.
Getting the ball off that. I did not see Tyreek Hill. When they're looking back at the film, there's no Tyreek Hill in that photo, and then all of a sudden you just see his hands and he grabs it. I'm very
that was a
impressive
high-level play from both sides. So.
Very impressive catch. I'm not going to say Tua's, that guy yet. I'm still, fluke games happen.
That's true.
Especially
he
against
had
this Chargers defense.
exactly.
Like,
oh my god, I wanted to get to that. The Chargers defense looks terrible. J.C. Jackson was the best player on the Dolphins in the first half of that game, just getting burned repeatedly, giving up unnecessary penalties. He ended up with an interception, but really J.C. Jackson looks like a massive waste of money. Eric Kendricks looks lost compared to his time in Minnesota. I'm just not high on this defense at all.
The line didn't even break through a whole lot. I mean,
no, not at all.
Joey Bosa, I feel like, has been a little overrated his entire career.
I think, especially in the past like 3-4 years. Yeah.
And Khalil Mack, you can tell,
Yeah, I mean, I feel like this defense
is
massively disappointing. So I can't attribute all of Tua's success to a poor defense. He obviously had to execute when it mattered. But
I mean, he did
also,
clutch up, so.
Of course, yes. And so I can bump him up a couple spots in my ranking. I really didn't think he was capable of plays like that throw to Tyreek Hill, going off script like he did. So he looked very good in those situations. But also kind of a disappointing outing from Justin Herbert. I don't really know how to really feel about that one.
Yeah, honestly, I mean, I wouldn't say like the Dolphins' defense isn't anything special. They got a few good pieces like every team, but it's not anything like crazy. It's
I mean, I also didn't expect the improvement that they showed without Jalen Ramsey. I didn't think there was a big enough splash this offseason without Ramsey on the field to show that palpable improvement, even with Fangio manning the unit. But
yeah, I mean,
impressive stuff.
I'm pretty sure it was Austin Eckler did Austin Eckler things.
Eckler had a great game. I got his stats here. 16 gives for 117 and a score. He looks like Austin Eckler.
Doing Eckler things.
Yeah.
Have they re-signed him fully yet?
No, they never gave him a contract.
Well,
and he played because that's who he is. So
I was going to say, they better give him a healthy contract sometime.
Yeah, he better get a bag for that one. But, yeah, I mean, that's Dolphins-Chargers. There's a lot to like about the Dolphins and a lot to be concerned about with L.A. But speaking of concerns, the Bears got mollywopped by the Packers in a game I really didn't think would be that far of a blowout. Jordan Love looks great. Justin Fields looks just as mediocre as a passer as last year. No development. I mean, I'm really scared for Justin Fields. His time looks like it's up.
The Bears don't know what they're doing with Justin Fields. That's what it feels like.
The scheming was awful.
They threw into his running capability when they should have tried to work something in the offseason about his passing. I mean, we were all very concerned about that.
I feel like they did kind of the opposite during that game. They schemed a lot of passing plays for him, and at some point you have to try and develop him as a passer, but in the same breath you have to play to his strengths. And there were basically zero design runs from Luke Getsy at offensive coordinator. He looks like he doesn't know what he's doing.
Exactly. I think I don't want to say it's Justin Fields' time's about up, but if he doesn't have some significant improvement this season, I can see him kind of doing a Trey Lance thing where they just go to a random team,
It looks like the Bears are going to be in the Caleb Williams sweepstakes. So
yeah, I was going to say, I will say, I'm not surprised the Packers won. That was one of the ones I did say the Packers were going to win.
You did. You had that one. I did not. So that
I did not think
poll.
Jordan Love was going to do that good, but clearly Aaron Rodgers gave him the secret recipe to absolutely own the Bears. So
he transferred his power, and we'll get to that in a bit about his power being gone.
He sacrificed his health.
It's so sad.
So Jordan.
Yeah, I mean, great game for the Packers. A lot to be excited about if you're a Packers fan, and a lot to be crying about if you're a Giants fan. That was sad, man. That was sad.
The offense on the Giants. Oh, my goodness. Daniel Jones. I can't even be mad at Daniel Jones for half of this because he had literally like 2 seconds in the pocket. I remember I looked at my phone for like half a second, and this dude was already laid out. I know the Cowboys are good, but oh my lord, that was
very depressing.
That was rough.
That
was a rough game for them.
So that was unfortunate. I don't even really want to talk about that game. So sad for the Giants. Cowboys had a good day, but.
No one better be glazing them Cowboys, okay?
Yeah, I don't need to be glazing the Cowboys. But last night, I mean, disappointing day from Josh Allen. and very disappointing day for Jets fans. Despite the win, Aaron Rodgers done for the season after 4 plays.
4 plays.
Do you stink? Do you stink? Do you stink? Do you think the Jets can still be a playoff contender?
No, honestly, it'd be rough for them. They have a lot of good weapons, and I think Zach Wilson understands the scenario he is in. Like, it's like you have been given a opportunity from God, basically, to do something. And I don't think they will get in the playoffs, unfortunately, but they might do a little bit better than people are going to immediately throw them out. You were right about the Bills, though.
I was right about the Bills. I predicted the Bills to have a bit of a fall off. Josh Allen, again, it looks like they haven't done enough to help him out and give him the supporting cast that he needs. And he looks like he's having to play hero ball again. And he did. And Jordan Whitehead literally bought himself his incentive.
$250K.
Yeah, $250K for hitting three picks in the year, thanks to Josh Allen. So he gotta give Josh a cut of that, probably. Be like,
exactly.
Thanks, man. Appreciate the gift.
I will say, I do respect Josh Allen. After the game, he did take ownership, being like, "This the reason we lost was."
And that's
a
what
lot
he
on
does.
me.
That's what he does.
That's why everyone likes him. But there will be a point where the liking him's not going to be enough to say he's a good quarterback. I think he's. I'm going to say this was a fluke game. The Bill, both the Bills,
I think the Bills
Bengals,
for the
and
majority
Chiefs
of it will
lost.
be fine. Yeah, that's true. I didn't even think about that.
It's not that big of a deal, honestly.
I think they'll all be fine.
I'm not worried about any team other than the Jets. I feel bad for
the Jets. I think they'll end up with a veteran quarterback. I think they're going to try and go get Jacoby Brissett, Andy Dalton, probably.
Colin Kaepernick's dude is talking to the Jets. I mean, if he somehow
Colin
his way
Kaepernick
back on the
signs
team,
with the Jets,
that'd be really funny.
That would be sick, though. That'd be so cool. But
the scriptwriters are writing heat if that's the case.
I know, bro. Keegan-Michael Key in the freaking commercial. They didn't put that in the commercial.
Exactly.
Aaron Rodgers tears his Achilles. And Kaepernick replaces him. Oh, my God. Could you imagine? But, yeah, that's the recap of Week 1. We're going to really, really quickly go through our Week 2 predictions. Not too much analysis on this one. Just run through them.
I was going to say, since we kind of already talked about it.
We talked about how we feel about pretty much every team. Vikings at the Eagles on Thursday. I've got the Eagles.
Also got the Eagles. It's not that close.
Yep. Ravens at Cincinnati. I've got the Bengals bouncing back in this one.
I actually think the Ravens will actually win. I mean, I think the rust might get off. I think it's going to be a pretty fun game to watch. But honestly, why not? Let's just throw the Hail Mary. I think the Ravens can do it. They looked a lot more promising.
Yeah, I mean, I totally get that one. Seahawks visit Detroit. After that performance, I have really, from both sides, I really have no reason not to go with the Lions. They're going to stay hot.
It's exactly. The Lions are high off that win.
Yeah, definitely. In a battle of the rookies, Anthony Richardson travels to Houston and takes on C.J. Stroud, and I think it just comes down to who's the better quarterback, and in my opinion, it's AR.
I got the same idea. I think it'll be a fun QB duel, but I think AR played better and is going to win.
Yeah. The Bears travel to the Bay and take on the Buccaneers. And after they played last week, I have a lot more confidence in Tampa, and I think they're going to win 2 straight to open the year.
I was going to say, honestly, I think that's going to be the case. I think that would be hilarious. The NFC South is supposed to be the trash, but yet we'll see later. I'm just saying, we're going to look like an absolute weapon.
I know. We're going to – it's – oh, my God. It's going to be great. So that's what we got. You got the Bucks as well.
Yep.
Chiefs-Jags in what's looking like one of the better games of the week. I think the Chiefs bounce back massively, getting both those pieces back that they did not have this past Thursday, and beat the Jaguars. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree. Jags are I think it's going to be a fun game to watch, but
yeah,
the Chiefs are mad, so.
Yeah, definitely. Mahomes, coming off that loss, is going to be searching for blood, and he's not going to be searching for Kadarius Toney on the field. He's going to throw every single fucking pass to Travis Kelce.
In a game.
Yeah, he's not doing that. That's not going to happen. So, Packers at the Falcons. Unfortunately, Ryan, I do have the Packers taking this one. Very, very slim margin. But this is a real test to see if the Falcons can be legit.
I was going to say, I'm looking forward to this game. I'm really excited for it. But legally obligated, the Falcons are going to win. Bijan Robinson's going to drop 400 yards. It's going to be great.
Obviously, it's going to be the greatest performance by a rookie running back we've ever seen. But until that happens, I'll roll with the Packers on this one. Raiders at Bills. The Bills win this one. Don't really have much to say.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't care if they played trash.
Raiders aren't that good. Chargers at Titans. This is a sneaky one for the Titans to win and put the Chargers at 0-2. But I'll err on the side of conservativeness in this game and say that the Chargers win it. They're a better roster.
I was going to say, let's be real. They're the better team.
Yeah, especially with Tannehill playing like he did last week. I can't put my confidence in him. 49ers at Rams. I'm going to go out on a limb here and say the Rams snag a big upset at home.
Oh, shit.
I
think being for real?
Yes, I think the Rams get a big upset at home. I think the Niners are riding high after a big week one. I think they maybe look past this Rams team that has the potential to humble them a little bit, and I'm going to take the Rams upset.
I'm just going to reply, nuh-uh, you wrong.
I probably am, but
then the Niners, they're rolling. That's all I need to say. They're rolling. They're doing their.
I mean, that's definitely my gutsiest pick of the week, but. Yeah, Giants at Cardinals, and you're going to laugh. The Cardinals are going to win this game.
Honestly,
I know they are. I already read the script, bro.
I was there and thinking, I'm like, it would be really funny if the Giants, after everyone thought they were going to do really good, started 0-2.
I know that they will. I predicted this before the season started. The Cardinals look even better than I thought that they would.
Exactly.
I think the Giants are losing this game.
Based off of what I saw between the two, the Cardinals looked half decent, and I think they're just going to somehow pummel the offense. So, yeah, I agree with that. Why not? Let's pull this upset.
Yeah.
Cardinals win.
Good stuff. So, Jets at Cowboys is a weird one because I think with a quarterback that literally just isn't Zach Wilson, this game is going to be really close. But as long as Milfman's under center, I think the Cowboys keep rolling.
Yeah, the defense is too good. The defenses win championships. I mean, they're gonna win. I don't even care if Dak's in the backfield or not. This game's not gonna come to quarterback play, and if it does, Dak's still significantly better than Zach Wilson.
Yeah, I mean that's just what it comes down to. So the Commanders travel to Denver, and I really wouldn't be surprised if we lose this game, but of course I'm obligated to say that the Commanders win.
Yeah, I'll actually agree with you. I think the Commanders are going to win. I don't think they got it figured out down there yet, so...
Yeah, I'm just worried we get outcoached. That's really the only thing I'm worried about.
Yeah, you have the better roster, other than, quarterback.
And Sam Howell is really going to get tested against a defense that's way, way better than the freaking Cardinals, so we'll see how that goes. But Dolphins travel to New England, and I've got an upset pick with this one. I think the Patriots. I think the Patriots win this game because the Dolphins are riding high against a pretty mediocre defense, and I think Tua hits a bit of a wall here with the New England defense.
I actually love to see it. I'm going to agree with that pick.
Nice.
I think them. I'm going to ride the Mac Jones train a little bit. I'm going to ride that Patriots defense. Let's just see what happens, honestly. This should be probably the best game of the night, honestly.
Yeah, I'm pumped to see it. So, and then our two Monday games, for some reason we have two. Saints travel to Carolina, and I think they beat the Panthers. This is kind of a meh game for me. It could go either way. Say,
I'm obviously going to watch the game because they're division, but it's like the Saints just are slightly less mediocre than the Panthers. So,
yeah. And then our final game, Browns at Steelers. I think the Steelers have a big bounce back and take care of business at home. This game, I think, is going to be really, really good. And I'm curious to see who's favored, actually.
Honestly, I think this is going to be a really low-scoring game. I think it's going to really just be the battle of the defenses. Because, I mean, I know the Browns got pretty good offense, but I'm not fully confident in Deshaun Watson's abilities, like especially against T.J. Watt, who is scary.
Yeah, that's
And
true.
I think Kenny Pickett's going to have a lot of problems with that D line. But at the end of the day, I actually think the Browns are going to go 0-2. I think this why not? You know,
2-0 rather.
Oh, sorry, yeah, 2-0. I'm sorry,
There
I'm
you
so
go.
used to them saying 0-2.
That's so true, though.
But yeah,
That's
I
so
think
true.
for the first time in the Steelers' history, for a while, they're going to start out 0-2.
Yeah, I mean, I can totally see it happening, especially after last week. So those are our predictions. And before we wrap up, we've got a little bit of trivia. And there were some awesome trivia questions that I asked in the lost recording last week.
The lost recording of week
That's
one.
that's what it is at this point. It's the lost recording, which is very sad. But, you know,
Yep. So
Life
I got
happens.
the trivia questions. We have 15 on the docket today.
okay, 15.
We're gonna kind of
we can run through.
run through these because I gotta go to class in like 12 minutes.
Oh, yeah,
But we're gonna
Ryan being a
send it.
scholar.
Okay, we're gonna send it.
Mhm.
So the first section, we're gonna start with college a little bit. It's like college's trivia. So first off, we're gonna say who has more NFL players in the league right now, Georgia or LSU? For the record, I go to LSU. He goes to Georgia. If you
Oh,
if
God.
you were confused, including practice squad.
Boo! Including practice squad, you only put that because that makes it LSU.
You might be right. It's 61-51 with the practice squad, but it's 43-49.
But it's
Now we're
LSU.
gonna- yeah, exactly. So
This guy.
currently pretty good though. But next question is Keyshawn Boutte was the last person to
Ooh.
wear the sacred number 7. Can you name 2 other players who have worn that number in the NFL right now?
In the NFL, number
Yeah.
7? I'm bad with numbers, dude. It's my biggest weakness. I'm trying to think right
They
now.
were number 7 in college, not in the league.
Wait,
So the players that I have went to LSU, wore the sacred number 7, and are now in the league right now.
also wearing number 7?
No,
Oh, they switched?
they might have the same number. I didn't do the research.
Did Justin Jefferson switch his number?
Justin Jefferson did not wear 7.
Okay. Is there a wide receiver that's pretty good right now that switched his number?
No,
Great. This is going to be awesome.
but there's 2 people who you can get. They're both safeties and they're veterans.
Oh. Dude. Jesse Bates didn't go to
No,
okay. I'm bad at numbers, bro. You might just have to fire him at me. I don't think I can get these.
one's he's playing. I think currently he's a Saints safety. Goes to LSU.
Oh, Honey Badger.
Honey Badger.
I forgot about him.
The other one I think is a Steelers safety. No,
It's not Minka, obviously.
wait, I don't think he's a Steelers. Okay, we're gonna go to the other guy. This guy's a running back for the Bucks.
Rashad White? He went to Arizona State.
Wait, am I? No, not him. The other one.
Oh, playoff Lenny.
Yeah, Lenny. There
He's a
you
free
go.
agent, but
Yeah, I was
he
gonna say.
was
Well,
running back
he
for the
last
Bucks.
played at Tampa.
Yeah.
The
I
other
should have gotten
two-
him.
Where Patrick Peterson played here. I thought he was a Steeler, but I don't know.
Oh
where
no, he is.
Okay.
He's a corner.
And
though.
then DJ Chark also was given
Okay,
the
yeah,
7,
I wouldn't
which-
have gotten him. But dude, this is my
Exactly.
weakness. Y'all gotta figure it out. I'm bad with numbers. I'm bad with colleges.
Alrighty.
it's my
Next
weakness,
up,
bro.
how many Georgia players have been drafted in the last 2 years?
In the last 2 years, let's see if I can count. You know what? I'm not gonna go count it. I'm gonna ballpark it. I want to see. Have been drafted is crazy though, because this past year, I know it was Jalen Carter, Nolan Smith, Broderick Jones, Darnell Washington, Stetson, Keeley. That's 6, and I think there's ones that I'm missing. And then the year before, Quay Walker, Devontae Wyatt, Jordan Davis. Oh man, I'm missing guys, dude. This is so tragic. 11 is my guess.
Close, but not really. There was 25.
Whoa! In 2 years?
Yep. You forgot Broderick Jones. This
I literally
year.
wasn't even thinking about. I think I said Broderick Jones, but
You might have. But did you say Trayvon Walker? You said Quay Walker.
Dude, he is so forgettable. Oh
Yeah.
my god.
But yeah, you have 25, so shout out for that.
I wasn't even thinking about the offense.
The
Dude,
next
shout out
question
to George
is
Pickens.
between Georgia and LSU, who has the two best wide receivers in the league?
Next question.
Alrighty, the answer is LSU. Who would have thought? And lastly, this summer,
Okay.
what major player transferred from UGA to go play for the Tigers?
Oh, I was just talking about this guy. I was talking about him with some friends. I don't remember his name. You're just trolling me at this
I am
point.
trolling. Major Burns.
Yeah,
baby.
Major Burns, bro. I
Major
was just
Burns.
talking
I love
about him.
If I
Like
ever
my-
see him on campus, I want to get a high five.
Dude, maybe you should
Alrighty.
not be Steve Harvey anymore.
Maybe I shouldn't, but these are funny. Okay.
Do you have any
Number
good
6.
questions?
Yeah, no, we're moving on. We're moving on to just random trivia that I found.
Okay.
So
Okay.
here's how this question number 6. No team has ever lost by 40 or more, lost a sack battle 7-0, lost a turnover battle 3-0, thrown a pick 6, and lastly had a blocked field goal return for a touchdown in the same season, except one team.
Is it Washington?
No,
Okay, then my guess is the Titans.
you'd be wrong. It is actually the 2023 New York Giants.
Oh,
The
wait,
same season, and they did it in one game.
wait. I didn't. That's crazy, dude.
Exactly.
What?
Absolutely.
I was literally. You said 40-0, and I was thinking about the other night, but I was
Exactly.
like, oh, he said like a full season. I was like, okay,
That's the same season,
wild.
just to add insult to injury.
Dude, that's insane.
Next is for those fantasy lovers. Who scored the most fantasy points this week?
This week it was. Oh, hang on. You got answer me this. Is it either Tyreek Hill or the Cowboys defense?
I actually think that's 1 and 2. I had Tyreek Hill.
Okay, I bet
Yeah.
that is 1 and 2, but that was okay.
Okay. Random one. Who is the shortest NFL player ever?
The shortest ever,
Yep.
dude. Deuce Vaughn's got to be up there. Holy.
And if
No,
you
but-
don't know the name, you can just give a height.
Isn't okay. I thought the shortest guy ever. Did he have to play like a snap in the NFL, or was he like practice squad?
I believe he did play a snap in the play, but
Okay.
he was also a very old guy.
Was it old? Is he under 5 foot?
No.
Okay, I didn't think so. I just want to make sure he's not some like like Make-A-Wish case. I was like, dude, you're not trolling me right now. Okay. My guess is he was 5'3".
He would be 5'1", and it's the legendary Jack Shapiro.
Yeah.
Shout out! I actually know a guy with the same name, so shout out Jack Shapiro.
You know a guy with the same name.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Alrighty, next.
You don't get an explanation.
You said you were a numbers guy, but totally a numbers guy, right? You know
Yeah,
numbers.
yeah. Men lie, women lie, but numbers don't.
What was my high school number?
You were 53.
Yes. Now that's not the question, but the question is who's
Wait.
53 of the Commanders?
Oh, that's evil, bro. I know your high school number, but I don't know who the fuck 53 is on my team. What position does he play? Give me that.
I believe he's a lineman.
Okay, he's a lineman.
Yep, offensive lineman.
Is it Ricky Stromberg?
Oh my gosh, it is Ricky Stromberg.
I'm crazy, bro. It's the rookie. I saw that and I was like, interesting. He's wearing 50s something. I'm
Alrighty.
crazy like
now
that.
we're gonna do the guess the career path, or sorry, guess the career by the path. You know.
Yeah.
So he started in Washington.
Okay.
He went to Cleveland, and
Okay.
he went to Baltimore.
This
where I
is
believe
Robert
he is
Griffin
retired. Exactly. Okay. The next one is he went to Washington, and then he went to San Fran.
That's it?
Yep.
Oh, it's Trent Williams.
No.
Bullshit. Yes, it is.
No.
There's another guy?
There's another guy, I believe, according to the.
Did this
Football
just happen?
Reference.
Is he currently playing?
No, he retired. I think 2020.
I'm thinking the opposite. It was like Reuben Foster. That's probably not who you're talking about, though, because it was like the opposite way. When did he come into the league? Can you give me that?
I want to say It was 2010 or 11.
Mm.
Let me double check that though.
Oh, I was thinking of Vernon Davis, but it's also the other way around. Is it Jordan Reed? Did Jordan Reed play for the Niners?
2013, and it in fact was Jordan Reed.
Got it. Nice.
And lastly, of the career path ones, he started in the Saints, went to the Patriots, then the Rams.
This is Brandon Cooks.
Yeah, it's Brandon Cooks. That's not really surprising.
I love
real
Brandon
here.
Cooks. He's so goofy.
Now, we all know that MVP really means most valuable quarterback.
Right.
But who is the only player that's non-quarterback to win multiple MVPs?
That's a good question, actually. I gotta think about this one. That's non-quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it was a running back.
No way.
Crazy.
Great.
Oh man, this is a tough question, actually. I'm thinking about Terrell Davis right now, but I don't know if it was. I don't think it was him.
I'll give you a hint, and it's kind of an anti-hint. If I give you the team, you would immediately know who it is.
Okay. Did Emmitt Smith get multiple?
Is that a question?
Do I get one shot at this?
I'll give you two.
Okay, Emmitt Smith is my.
No.
Okay. Should have known because you said you'd give me two. Oh shit. This is really tough. I would know immediately.
I think you would. Do you want me to give
I
you
gotta
the team?
I gotta like go. No, I gotta go like team by team and like in each division. I don't think it's a Ram. I don't think it's anyone in the West.
Do you want me to give you a side? I think I can give you a side.
You can give me an AFC, NFC, so I don't.
He was an AFC player.
Okay. Don't think it's anyone in the AFC. Ooh. OJ got one. Thurman got one. I don't know if either of them got two. I'll keep that on the back burner for now. No Raven got it. I don't know if any Steelers got it because Franco, I don't think got one. Oh, it's Jim Brown.
It's Jim Brown. Yeah.
Okay.
You claim to be a Commanders fan, but who was y'all's quarterback from 2006 to 2009?
Mark Brunell.
No.
David Garrard.
No.
Is it that bust we drafted?
I don't know, but if you said his name, I would know.
When was he drafted, in 2006 or 2005?
I believe he was drafted in 2006.
Okay.
I could be wrong there, though.
What's the first letter of his first name?
J.
Jason Campbell.
Yep.
Okay. He was a terrible bust. I forgot his name,
yeah.
but...
And then we all know who the first sack leader for the Commanders is.
Yeah.
Right?
Ryan Kerrigan.
Who's the second?
Charles Mann.
No.
Dexter Manley.
Dexter Manley.
I couldn't remember which of the two. Damn.
And that concludes the questions I got. You did actually pretty good, honestly.
I did pretty solid.
The Jim Brown one shouldn't have took nearly as long.
No, that was embarrassing. I'm embarrassed that it let me that I took that long on that one. But it feels good to be back with no connectivity issues this time.
I was gonna say
UGA
no
Wi-Fi, pause secure. Yeah, that was not fun. But you know what? We made it through. Season 3, we're back. I can see your face. You guys can see our faces because now we're on YouTube. So if you're not listening to this on YouTube, go over there. You can see our beautiful faces and my beautiful Terry McLaurin jersey.
Yeah, and
appreciate you
towel.
listening. Check out the TikTok. I've been pretty vacant on that for a while, but hopefully some fun content coming out on there pretty soon. And Ryan, it's great to be back.
It is great to be back, and I mean, I'd love to talk more, but I'm going to be late to my class.
Yeah, Ryan's got to go be a scholar,
That's okay.
y'all.
Listen, it's only chem. You know,
it doesn't
if
even
if you miss
matter.
one class, you basically miss an entire session of like a chapter.
It doesn't.
It's
even
not
really
that
matter.
bad. At the end of the day, C's get degrees. Okay. inspirational words.
We'll leave it at that, okay? Maybe don't heed that advice if you are in college.
Don't
but
take the advice. Just get the best grade you can.
yeah, exactly. But, it's been fun. I'm glad to be back. I have been Jack Cooney. Alongside me, Ryan Barker. Thank you for listening to the Talking Jack Sports podcast. Take care, y'all.